Okay, so welcome back again, guys. In this video, I'm gonna be talking about the combination of order flow structure as well as S&D in the smart money space of trading, right? So this is gonna be order flow, the structure, plus S&D. Boom. So this is what I'm going to be talking about today, right? So how can you integrate order flow with structure as well as supply and demand or order blocks for you to get the best possible chances out of this market, right? So by following order flow, right? So we had what was firstly this what we had an uptrend from here, right? Where we had these low, high, low, high, low, and then what high, right? This okay, let's call these intermediate highs and intermediary lows. Boom. So you had this, right? And we started being bearish on this from the minute the structure here was broken, right? When the structural low here was broken, we started being bearish on Bitcoin, and this is the 4-hour time frame as you can see it. So immediately when this low right here was broken, we started being bearish on Bitcoin, and as you can see, price then made these slight pullbacks to potentially give our smart money traders entries, whereas we can see that then price made this low and then this high, right? But take a look where this high was formed, right? And as you can check the previous video of internal wick structures or hidden base order blocks, and as you can see, boom, price comes, taps this hidden supply zone or bearish order block, whatever you may call it. It's the same shit, right? And price taps it and then leaves, right? And then when it leaves, it breaks structure once again. Boom, right? As minor as these moves can look, they all count as long as structure is being broken and new structural plays are being put into place, right? So price breaks here, tests here, it breaks here, and then what you have this whole thing here as your what as your supply zone, but you can refine it, right? If you drop lower to the lower time frames, you can refine this and find the smallest portion or the best possible area within this whole area that you can trade from. But I'm not going to do that right now, but you could refine it. For example, maybe you could leave out the wick and just use this up move here, and look at what price does. Price comes, taps it, right? So you had your first entry here, that was targeting this low, right? So that was your first entry, and let's say stop loss was just above that wick, and now you have another entry here, right? Because we have broken structure, as our rules always say, right? So firstly, you look for what? For the breaker structure, the BOS, and then you look what? For the S&D, right? The S&D, and then what? The confirm in terms of lower time frame structural breakdowns. So this is what I always teach and what has always been taught in the smart money space. So and as you can see, we have all three things, right? Except for the confirm, which I'm not going to do that. Probably we're going to do that in the other videos, but I'm looking to keep this one as short as possible. So we had our breakout structure here, we have our supply zone right here, the S&D, and you have the confirmation here for breakdowns of structure in lower time frames. You could go maybe to the 15-minute intraday or maybe 5-minute, whatever you may prefer, but based on the rule of 30 that is taught in the mentorship, of course, so I'm not really gonna talk about that right now. So you had your second entry here, right? So we're just following order flow as well as these supply and demand zone in combination with structure, right? And you were targeting here, so this right here is your second entry, and as you can see, we're still following order flow. So after this high, and it means this low was created, and after this low, this high was created, and after this high, this low right here was created. And when we create a low, it means that What have we done? We've broken structure. No? Yeah. So boom, we have this break of structure right here. Let me just put that to the templates and boom. So we have this break of structure again, which means that we are looking for what now? For a move that is for a move that's going to make a pullback towards our unmitigated S&D zones or order blocks. So and as you can see, we have this hidden base order block right here. And if you don't know what this is, check out the previous video and you'll know what that is, or you can just search the hidden base order blocks. You'll find that video there, it was posted previously. So we have this right here, and price comes, taps it, tries to liquidate it, and then drops, right? Boom. So this again is your what? Your third entry, right? So this again is your third entry. And okay, let's say you put your stop loss above here and this was a loss, right? You lost this trade, right? Boom. So you lost this trade. We already have 2 wins, but now you have this this loss right here. So okay, boom. So there, we lost this trade, right? So coming again, following our mitigation, as you can see, we have another structural play here that breaks structure. Boom. Structure is broken, and this is a break of structure lower, and now we have this new point, this high. Shit, I was looking for this. So we have this high and this low, right? So we're waiting for a pullback towards a certain area, and as you can see, the momentum that comes here doesn't really give you an entry. For example, maybe you could have looked for an entry here with all this rejection right here. Maybe you would have used this, right? And this, yeah, maybe you could have used that, but as you can see, this volume candle just displaces the whole thing. It doesn't really gives us an option there. And why is that, right? And as I taught in the structural videos previously, price doesn't move in this way, right? Price in a realistic form moves in such a manner that it creates and takes liquidity over time, but still going with the trend, right? So what's this is what's okay, so let me put it maybe in a downtrend so we can be together here. So price will most definitely do this, right? And then this, right? So this right here is what happened here, right? And as you can see, we had this move down, right? We had the move down, the test, the move down, the test, the move down, right? But this served as liquidity. Why? Because there were unmitigated supply and demand zones above it, and as you can see, that's one and this is the second, right? So you had 2 unmitigated supply zones or bearish order blocks or whatever you can call them, but it's still the same thing. So that being said, price came to liquidate this, but also fill the orders that were left behind here before continuing to the what? To the true trend. And as you can see, price clearly gives you an entry off of this original order block or supply zone here, and then boom, that's your what? That's your third entry, right? I mean, this is the fourth right now, and looking to targeting that low, right? So we're just targeting lows. We're not looking to hold. So this is just for educational purposes. So yeah, boom. So we finally now have this high, and then this low, that the low that came to break structure. So boom, there you have it. And after this, we can see that price again makes a pullback, right? So let's reduce this, and price now makes a pullback to where, right? And as we always talk about, you have the original supply zone and you have the intermediary supply zone here. And price, look at what price does, right? Price comes here, leaves that rejection. I mean, all this stuff here, that's the perfect confirm in the lower time frames, and boom. So that's your fourth entry, fifth entry actually. So boom, that's your fifth entry. Boom. So there. So we're just looking to targeting the lows, right? So boom. Let me return this right here and reduce this to there. So that's your fourth entry. And what price does, it means that we're still following order flow. So we have the high and we have this low, right? This low that does what? Break structure. This low breaks structure. And once structure is broken, as we always know, it will make a pullback. Where's my mouse shaking? price will make a pullback. And where will that pullback go, right? So this is what we always try to find out by using the S&D zones, right? You have that major, you only, in this instance, it's beautiful as you only have one supply zone or order block. So it's not really tricky in this part, right? It's clearly, and it's clear as you can see, it's clear as day, right? So that's your 6th entry. Boom. Your stop loss there, you're targeting the lows, right? It doesn't matter how many pips you're taking or risking, whatever it is, because it all changes when you come to the confirmation part, right? And this what I'm doing right here is just giving you the blueprint to what we are doing as smart money traders. What do we look at in order to see and catch these moves, right? But in terms of execution, it comes to a whole nother level. This shit right here becomes way too crazy, and we're going to talk about that in the next video as the channel keeps growing. So without further ado, guys, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and hit the bell button, and let's continue with the video, right? So we're actually approaching to the end, and as you can see now, we have clearly have these structural breaks here where we have well, it didn't actually break, but price just made this pullback again into what, if we do that, okay, nothing really happening. So again, price makes a pullback towards what, unmitigated supply zones, right? Because this is a downtrend, so we're only going to be speaking about supply zones. So there's this original one which also gets tapped, so that's up to you to decide which one you were using. But with the confirmation, it gets a whole lot crazier. So that's your what, I don't know, I lost count. Is this the 7th entry? So yeah, boom, the stop loss just below there, and you're looking to target in the lows, and boom. And as you can see, through following what, order flow, we managed to catch all these moves without losing sight of what's happening in the market, right? We had this uptrend, right? I mean, this is just beautiful. We had this uptrend. The uptrend changed into a downtrend, and then we started catching all these down moves, right? And the same still applies, right? If we go back to this uptrend and start applying the same rules that we applied here, it means that we're going to have the same thing that we're seeing in front of us here in this side too. But I'm not really going to do that. I'm keeping this short. So yeah, so that's it on this one, guys. Thanks for watching, thanks for being here, and until the next one, guys, peace.